Tensions rising right now in the Iran nuclear standoff. Good morning to you. I'm John Scott.
One of our top stories today. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenna Lee, and the extensive war games are happening right now in Iran. There's word Tehran just test-fired a whole bunch of ballistic missiles, including one capable of hitting American targets in the Persian Gulf. The Shabab-3 missile can travel 800 miles. That puts Israel in striking distance, but we can't forget about our own troops as well. In Bahrain, that's where the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet is based. New reports today as well from the Pentagon that the Pentagon just ordered more American warships into the Persian Gulf. All this comes just days after the European Union and its new oil embargo took effect. This is also just in front of talks restarting on Iran's nuclear program, and a lot of questions about what those talks will actually produce. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin is live at the Pentagon. So, Jennifer, what can you tell us about the missiles and some of the war games that we're seeing out of Iran today?
Well, Jenna, this is a Shahab-3 missile. It's capable of flying about 800 miles. We've seen this missile tested before. It is capable of striking Israel. It is also capable of hitting, as you mentioned, different American bases in the Persian Gulf region, whether it's Kuwait or Qatar or Bahrain. We have forces based in all three of those places. What is worrisome is the timing of the test. It is clear that the Iranians are feeling pressure because the oil embargo from the EU went into effect on July 1st, but it is not a new missile that they test, and it is also important to point out that this missile cannot reach the United States. It is not a long-range ballistic missile, but it also is significant because it comes on the heels of the threat in the last 24 hours of legislators in Iran who have passed a law saying that they will close the Strait of Hormuz, where all of that oil, the world's oil, passes through each day. They will close it to any countries who are a part of this oil embargo against Iran right now. Jenna?
So, Jennifer, we know that the Navy has patrols around that area, that's part of some regular patrols that happens. But we also understand the Pentagon has been quietly sending some maybe additional assets to that area. Tell us more about that.
That's right, Jenna. We are not seeing the Navy has not announced that it is sending an additional aircraft carrier. It already has one aircraft carrier group in the Persian Gulf region, another one nearby. They have had a two-carrier policy for some time. But what we have seen in recent months is the placement, for instance, of an F-22 squadron in at two different bases in the Persian Gulf. Those F-22s have not been deployed, for instance, in Afghanistan or elsewhere in recent years. They are a very significant asset if the U.S. or its allies wanted to strike deep within Iran. So the placement of the F-22 is a bit of a buildup, as well as the increase in minesweepers. The Navy has doubled the number of minesweepers to 8 naval minesweepers, as well as deploying the USS Ponce. That Ponce was used, remember, off the coast of Libya, but then it was reconfigured. There was an emergency request for money to reconfigure the Ponce into essentially a floating flotilla. It arrived out there in recent weeks. It can be used to base special operations forces as well as those Navy minesweepers, which would be crucial in keeping the Strait of Hormuz open should the Iranians try to close it. Jenna?
More on this developing story throughout the day. Jennifer, thank you.